Get the fastest internet available in North Central Washington by switching to LocalTel and get speeds up to 1,000 meg. Call 888-8888 today or go online to localtel.net.
It's time for NCW Life News on the NCW Life channel. The latest from the Wenatchee Valley and North Central Washington with Steve Hare, Grant Olson, and sports with Eric Granstrom.
Good Friday evening and welcome to NCW Life News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And what a start to our day this morning with all of that freezing rain overnight. It made for a very slippery and slick commute this morning. And looks like as we take a look down at the Wenatchee Valley, things did warm up a bit today. So that did allow the Weather Service to let the winter weather advisory expire. Our temperatures did climb into the lower 30s today, and we did see a lot of melting, and that advisory was about icy roads. So that expired about 4, but don't think we're out of the woods yet. It happened this morning. It could also happen for Saturday morning, especially the areas in yellow, a lot like last night's newscast. We could see those rain mixed with snow showers and just some freezing rain overnight. So once again, if you are headed out the door tomorrow, be very careful. And we'll have more on your weekend weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. An Okanagan woman accused of shooting her husband has died, and around 1,000 customers in the Waterville area were without power yesterday. We'll tell you the unique reason why. But first, we begin tonight. A house fire in South Wenatchee yesterday afternoon largely destroyed a home and displaced 15 residents. The fire was reported shortly after 1 p.m. when an upstairs resident smelled smoke emanating from the lower level of the house, which is an older home that had been converted into apartments. Andy Davidson of Chelan Fire District 1 was the battalion chief on duty at the time of the fire.
There were between 6 and 8 people at home when the fire started. So it's a kind of a story and a half on a basement, and it started on floor 1. We're pretty confident about that. It sounds like everybody got out pretty quickly, and there were no injuries, no smoke inhalation, no injuries at all. There was a lot of just a lot of furniture and other belongings inside the house.
Crews from Chelan County Fire District 1 and Douglas County Fire District Number 2 responded to the home at 1380 South Wenatchee Avenue. The American Red Cross is providing shelter for the displaced residents. An Okanagan woman accused of shooting and killing her husband on December 20th died Thursday afternoon of cancer. According to Okanagan police, 54-year-old Sharon Allard allegedly shot her 47-year-old husband Daniel Allard once in the head with a revolver inside their home in Okanagan. Daniel Allard survived the initial gunshot but died 3 days later after the incident in a Spokane hospital. A man who has not been identified by police told investigators that the couple was arguing before the incident and called 911. Sharon Allard also reported the shooting to 911 dispatchers. A motive for the shooting has not been released. Okanagan County Coroner Dave Rodriguez was not available for comment. With snow on the ground, the snowmobilers are out in full force this winter season. Chelan County Emergency Management responded to 3 incidents in the Fish Lake area involving snowmobilers who were going too fast for conditions. Rich Magnuson explains.
Last Thursday, we had 3 separate injury snowmobile collisions, all within about a 2-hour period of each other. 2 of them involved pretty serious injuries, and another one was a fractured arm. But all of them, the thing they had in common was all of them were caused by people traveling too fast on snowmobiles. 2 of them went off the road and impacted trees, and the third one, they lost control and ejected both the occupants, resulting in injuries of one of them. Chelan County Sheriff's Office and then Fire District 9, Lake Wenatchee Fire District 9 had personnel that responded, and Cascade medics also responded to the scene. On both of them, the 2 with serious injuries. The one at the Lake Wenatchee airstrip was just Fire District 9 that responded to that one.
Magnuson said it's important to practice good winter recreation safety this season.
Just like out here on the highways, when we have our snow and ice conditions, people need to adjust their speed for the conditions, and same thing applies for snowmobiling. Is speed's our #1 cause of collisions on snowmobiles, so people need to. We always remind them to keep their speed at speed that they can react to any circumstance that comes up on the trail and be able to keep their snowmobile under control at all times. So, and then along with that, just being prepared when they're out there riding on the trails. Weather conditions can change, snow machines can break down, so being prepared to spend some time out there if they have to in a cold environment.
About 1,000 Waterville and Badger Mountain electrical customers lost power for over 2 hours yesterday afternoon. Douglas County PUD Public Information Officer Megan Vibbert explains how the unusual outage occurred.
About 3:15 yesterday, we got a call that power was out in the whole Waterville Plateau area. So that was about 1,000 customers were affected. Crews got out there and found that right outside the Orondo substation, which feeds that area, there was a fault in where the overhead to underground wires connect. So they had to do some work there, and power was restored to everybody about 5:30. So there was some question whether the basketball games would happen, but they ended up, crews worked quick enough that they were able to get them and they were able to play their games.
Coming up next, Governor Inslee responds to the U.S. Attorney General's memo on marijuana, and a new rule on the state level will now allow for a third sex designation on birth certificates. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching NCW Life News.
Antique Mall at Cashmere wishes you a happy and prosperous new year. With 15,000 square feet to explore, Antique Mall at Cashmere has something for everyone. For repurposing projects, do-it-yourselfers, and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, this is the place to find your next project. Antique Mall at Cashmere, their friendly staff is here to help you. Stop on by today.
My name is Robert Duff. Current and previous occupation is architect, engineer, and lawyer. Grew up here in Washington, born in Moses Lake. When I first came to CVCH, was looking for a place to get some dental work done. And I was really impressed with the people at the counter. I mean, they were just on top of it. It only took her like 15 minutes to do the job. I didn't feel anything. The technology is so great, you don't even realize you're at the dentist. These people are so professional. I would have any one of these people in my home for dinner. These people are family.
Travel enhances your life in every way. Let the travel professionals at Journey Travel and Tours help you plan that dream vacation. Don't leave the important details to those nameless, faceless online agencies. At Journey Travel and Tours, our goal is to build relationships that last a lifetime. And when you do need help, we have a 24-hour helpline that is routed to one of the agents in our office. When you think travel, think Journey Travel and Tours. It's where your journey begins. Like us on Facebook, and you could be one of our monthly winners.
Welcome back. In other news, Washington State Governor Jay Inslee addressed Attorney General Jeff Sessions' memo regarding marijuana in the United States in a press release today. Jay Seebeck has the story.
Following yesterday's announcement of the rescinding of the Cole memo by the United States Justice Department, Governor Jay Inslee responded by stating that this federal decision goes against what Washington State voters have chosen as the direction the state takes moving forward. Inslee's frustration with Attorney General Jeff Sessions has been an ongoing problem, as he and Washington State General Attorney Bob Ferguson have made multiple attempts to meet Sessions and discuss policies in person. Inslee also stated, "In Washington State, we have put in place a system that adheres to what we pledged to the people of Washington and the federal government. It's well regulated, keeps criminal elements out, keeps pot out of the hands of kids, and tracks it all carefully enough to clamp down on cross-border leakage. We are going to keep doing that and overseeing the well-regulated market that Washington voters approve." When Initiative 502 was passed in 2012, Inslee told the Department of Justice that his office will vigorously defend state law against undue federal infringement. It is clear that this new federal legislation will have continued backlash and has potential for lawsuit. I'm Jay Seebeck, NCW Life News.
A new rule on the state level will now allow for a third sex designation on birth certificates. The Washington State Department of Health announced Thursday that it will now allow people to change their sex designation on their birth certificates to X beginning on January 27th of this year. The state held a public hearing on the rule in December, receiving feedback from a number of citizens from around the state. The new rule also removes the requirement for adults requesting the change to obtain medical medical approval. Minors who wish to change their sex designation must have parental consent and a written attestation from a licensed health professional. Well, a proposed regional emergency operations center remains in limbo while the state legislature continues to wrestle with the capital budget. Chelan County Sheriff Brian Burnett explains about the importance of the building at EOC for North Central Washington.
And so we could bring in a regional emergency operations center that would house our emergency management staff, but also allow us, when we have big events like some of these fires that we've experienced here in a 3 or 4 county area, that we could use that facility. Our fire management teams could come in and operate out of that center with technology and a facility that would host that. Centrally located is a big key to that here. It would be in the old station area.
Burnett says $200,000 has already been spent on the proposed center, with an additional $1 million approved, but not yet available because of the impasse in Olympia.
This fall even, we kept doing updates and, hey, where are we at? Are we going to see this funding come to fruition? Or are we really going to get it? Because if not, we're going to need an extension on our original funding, that $200,000 for our development, because we don't want to waste that money if we're not going to get the grant to build. And then is there matching funds from the county as well? And so here we are in January, hoping that we'll hear something early this year.
The state legislature begins a 60-day session on Monday. You're watching NCW Life News. Coming up next, your sports update, followed by today's feature story. That and much more still to come on NCW Life News. Stay with us.
Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house, featuring great family dining in downtown Chelan. We've got burgers, pub fare, and the best barbecue around. Try one of our award-winning sauces made fresh here in-house. So grab the whole gang and come on down. Stormy Mountain Brewing. Beer, barbecue, friends, and beer.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
Hey, this is Justin at Club Crow Bar and Grill, reminding you it's your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Jam sessions and live bands playing a wide range of music. If pool tables or pull tabs are more your thing, we have you covered. Enjoy the fun and food at Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Stop on by today.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy finally Friday. Taking a look at the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from last night. First of all, in high school basketball, Oroville topped Waterville Mansfield in boys play 46-29. It was Manson downing Soap Lake 76-51, and Moses Lake Christian edged Entiat 48-41. On the girls' side, Waterville Mansfield defended the home floor with a 55-18 win over Oroville. Entiat remained undefeated in league play, downing Moses Lake Christian 67-17. On the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard in wrestling last night at the double duel in Cashmere, the Bulldogs beat Omak 51-15, but fell to Cascade 48-18. Chelan topped Cascade 45-21 and down Omak 66-14. Also on the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from Thursday, the Panther Bowlers team squeaked past Eisenhower by 74 pins. Top scorer for the freshman Kyla Hankins with a 163. Freshman Hannah Johnson a 167 and 179. Junior Jessica Holbrook 166 and 173. And junior Emily Groth 175. senior Taylor Bitterman at 175 and a 180. The win keeps the team firmly in second place with 3 matches to go. Next action is on Tuesday versus Davis at Eastmont Lanes. Eastmont edged past Moses Lake 3-2 to remain undefeated on the season. In the pool, East Wenatchee yesterday was the site. Eastmont defending the home water, downing Davis 139-35 and topped Eisenhower 135-46. Coming up on the prep schedule for tonight, first of all in girls basketball, Okanagan is at Chelan while Cascade travels to Omak and Caribou Trail League play. And the Big 9 tilt of the night and the week takes place at Eastmont where the Wildcats host 9-0 Moses Lake Chiefs. We'll have that live here on the NCW Life channel, 5:45 tip time tonight. Girls basketball tomorrow, Etihad hosts Riverside Christian at noon. Eastmont steps back out of league play to host Lake City, Idaho at 3:15. Wenatchee's at Sunnyside at 5:45. It's also 5:45 tip time for Omak at Cashmere. Waterville Mansfield hosting Lake Roosevelt at 6. Manson's at Oroville at 6. Turning to the boys basketball, first of all coming up tonight, Cascades at Omak looking for its first win in CTL play at 7:15. A battle of first place in Chelan between the Goats and Okanagan. Eastmont hosts Moses Lake at 7:15. We'll have that one live here on the NCW Life channel as well. Coming up tomorrow, Riverside Christian at Etihad. That's early game time, 1:30. It's Lake City, Idaho at Eastmont, 5 o'clock for the boys. Cashmere hosting Omak at 7:15. 7:30 tip for Wenatchee at Sunnyside. Lake Roosevelt at Waterville Mansfield and Manson at Oroville. Also on the prep schedule for the weekend, first of all, in the Wenatchee and Eastmont boys swim teams are on the road for the Kittredge Invite beginning tomorrow at 3:30 in the afternoon. Wrestling, Wenatchee's at the U-High tournament today and tomorrow. Eastmont and Chelan are at Cascade for the Bavarian Invite starting tomorrow morning at 10. Cashmere is along with 15 other teams at the Sultan Invite also starting at 10 o'clock. Well, the Wenatchee Wild are in Salmon Arm, BC tonight trying to get back on the winning track in BCHL action. The puck drops at 7 o'clock in the Shaw Center. Wenatchee's trying to bounce back from Wednesday's 2-1 loss at Trail. Tomorrow, Wenatchee has a rematch with Penticton in the South Okanagan Event Center at 6. We'll see what happens after the ugliness at the end of last weekend's 2-game series at the Town Toyota Center where there were 11 penalties, several ejections, and fights in the final 54 seconds of Saturday's game. Arch Ecker had the call of the lowlights, if you will, here of the game last weekend.
The net empty at the other end of the ice, and here come the Wild, the empty net, and finishing it off. Oh my God, Souter just got railed into the end boards, and Vanderbeck takes the guy to the woodshed. Absolutely horrendous.
So we'll hope for a clean game this weekend. Also NFL weekend playoffs on Saturday and Sunday. That's sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCW Life channel. Have a great weekend. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. In today's features story, you'll hear from a few spokespeople for the Office of Civil Legal Aid in this new video made by Washington Technology Solutions.
I think anybody like me who's had the opportunity to see the impact of law on people's lives can't help but be passionate about civil legal aid.
Lawmakers have the power to shift people's lives in a major way by having civil legal aid be able to assist these families. It can change a person's life.
The first order of business in the federal Constitution is to establish justice, and that's what legal aid does for people without means and who have civil problems.
Without civil legal aid, I don't know if my children would be in the same place they are. I don't even know if we would safely be here anymore.
They have not only helped me overcome barriers to my legal issues, but they encouraged me, mentored me into becoming a lawyer also. So really I owe civil legal aid my whole life.
At the end of the day, civil legal aid helps solve problems, redeem lives, and offer hope one person at a time.
And we'll be back in just a moment with the recap of some of today's stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
This is the big one, Leonard Evans year-end celebration. 2017 was such a great year for us here at Leonard Evans, we want to say thank you. So we're offering you our best deals of the year. No, really, these are our best deals ever. Pick out any super clean pre-owned vehicle in stock and drive home with $0 down. And we mean zero. At the Leonard Evans Used Car Superstore. Corner of Maple Street and North Wenatchee Avenue in Wenatchee, Leonard Evans, where the name means a great deal.
Bay Equity Home Loans in Wenatchee, serving all of North Central Washington. We make it our priority to learn all about your financial needs. Whether you're buying your first home, refinancing, or want a reverse mortgage, our mortgage professionals are ready to guide you through the loan process. We have a wide variety of loan products to fit your family's needs. Call Bay Equity Home Loans of Wenatchee today for your pre-approval. 509-888-0466.
The taste of fantastic pizza is found in Third Generation Pizza and More. The secret? The recipes of success have been handed down through generations, each adding their own special touch. Pizza and More believes in traditions, whether it's supporting the local sporting teams or continuing to serve their pizzas buffet style, dine-in, takeout, or delivery. Third Generation Pizza and More, a team player in this valley for generations.
Time now for a recap of some of today's top stories. A house fire in South Wenatchee yesterday afternoon largely destroyed a home and displaced 15 residents. The fire was reported shortly after 1 p.m. when an upstairs resident smelled smoke emanating from the lower level of the house, which is an older home that had been converted into apartments. Andy Davidson of Chelan Fire District 1 was the battalion chief on duty at the time of the fire. Crews from Chelan County Fire District 1 and Douglas County Fire District Number 2 responded to the home at 1380 South Wenatchee Avenue. The American Red Cross is providing shelter for the displaced residents. An Okanagan woman accused of shooting and killing her husband on December 20th died Thursday afternoon of cancer. According to Okanagan police, 54-year-old Sharon Allard allegedly shot her 47-year-old husband Daniel Allard once in the head with a revolver inside their home in Okanagan. Daniel Allard survived the initial gunshot, but died 3 days later after the incident in a Spokane hospital. A man who has not been identified by police told investigators that the couple was arguing before the incident and called 911. Sharon Allard also reported the shooting to 911 dispatchers. A motive for the shooting has not been released. Okanagan County Coroner Dave Rodriguez was not available for comment. Well, if you're looking to get out of the house this weekend for some fun, NCW Life's Megan McPherson has you covered.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Join Frank Geiger for the Apothecary Art Walk at Ye Olde Bookshop in Wenatchee from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Geiger has been called a jack of all trades and a master of some, with man interests including making paper, candles, and soap from recycled materials such as blue jeans or apple pulp. Join the Leavenworth Winter Sports Club for the Skirenden Nordic Race this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. A fun race day for all abilities and ages. The event features 2 free races followed by a 5-kilometer race for $10 and a 10-kilometer race for $20. Visit ski-leavenworth.com for registration information and a schedule of events. Starting Saturday at 9 a.m., North Central Washington's largest bridal show will take over the Town Toyota Center with free admission, door prizes, and a fashion show by Katrina's Wedding Boutique. While you're there, stop by the rink for the Frontier Public Skate from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Also this weekend, in partnership with Chelan County Public Works, Wenatchee Boy Scout Troop 7 is taking care of the disposal of your Christmas tree. Beginning tomorrow, you can drop off your Christmas tree at the Chelan County shop in Wenatchee. That's located at 210 Easy Street between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Scouts will be collecting the trees for recycling. A $5 donation is suggested, and donations will go to Troop 7 to support its programs. Trees also can be dropped off for recycling at the Dryden Transfer Station at 9073 Highway 2 or at the Eniat Brush Yard located off Highway 97A behind the Fire Interpretive Center. When dropping off your tree, make sure it's free of all tinsel and decorations. For more information, call Chelan County Public Works at 667-6341. And now your weather forecast for north central Washington. And before we get to those details, let's take once again a look outside our weather window, and we're seeing some low clouds out there. Still a very large cloud deck over most of Washington state. We still have about a 60% chance of maybe some freezing rain and some rain mixed with snow overnight tonight. And a wintry mix of precipitation will affect the inland northwest today, and it did. It also will affect us tonight with rain, freezing rain and snow, all a possibility during that time period. We were under a winter weather advisory until 4 o'clock this afternoon because of the possibility of more freezing rain, but that's since been allowed to expire with today's warmer temperatures. Our chance for precipitation today is 80%, and that drops down, I mentioned, to 50%. I said 60, it's 50% chance tonight. By Saturday, the storm system moves east, which means a pretty nice day to start our weekend with partly cloudy skies, light winds, and temperatures in the mid-30s. Then by Sunday and through Thursday of next week, expect anywhere from a 20 to 50% chance of mixed precipitation as an even larger storm system moves in from the Pacific. And let's take a look at that forecast now. And tonight, temperatures aren't going to change all that much. 30 degrees our low tonight. I think we did get to about 32 today. 35 our high tomorrow with a peek at the sun or two. 29 the low on Saturday night. For your Sunday, we'll see a rain-snow mix once again. 35. Same goes for Sunday night and 30. And boy, we are just going to stay in that pattern as we mentioned. Monday through Thursday, about a 30 to 50% chance of the precip. High temperatures between probably 35 and 40 degrees, so we will warm up just a hair, and our low temperatures will be around 30 degrees. Closing out our newscast tonight is Canine Aspen from the Chelan County Volunteer Search and Rescue, locating her subject in a training session last month.
Good girl, show me. Girl, Aspen.
And if you have a video of the day you'd like to see on NCW Life News, message us on our Facebook page at the NCW Life channel. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around north central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. Also, make sure you tune into the NCW Life channel Monday morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.
This has been NCW Life News on the NCW Life channel. For more news, log on to ncwlife.com, like us on Facebook, and follow NCW Life channel on Twitter.
Hi, I'm Blair from Works, your workout prescription. Have you ever started an exercise program and struggled to keep it going? So what if I told you that with this MyZone device, I could increase your chances of self-motivated exercise adherence by over 200%. Combine that with an exercise prescription specifically for your level of readiness, we'll increase it even more. And that's our new member success system. It's $99. It's exclusively at Works. It includes your MyZone belt. Works. YourWorkoutRx.com.
Weekly.
For the newest tech, coolest tech, and the craziest tech stories available on the interwebs, tune in for your weekly tech update right here on the NCW Life channel.
Thursday night, hockey night on the NCW Life channel. It all begins at 7 o'clock with a call of the Wild and Clarkie's Corner. Then it's non-stop hockey action with the voice of the Wild, Arch Ecker. Join us as the Wild battle the rest of the BCHL. Thursday night is hockey night on the NCW Life channel.
Are you wanting high-speed internet but don't have access to PUD fiber? Try Sky-Fi high-speed wireless internet from LocalTel. Call 888-8888 today.